What it is, what it do, cyber world. It's your girl Ash Brown, and I've got my very special co-host with me, Roach-san. Hey, Roach. Guess who's back? Oh, man. All right, so we are back with our streaming reviews. This is when we talk about our favorite shows that we love to stream and watch on a regular basis, and some of the shows, some of the pros, some of the cons, some of the shockers, and the things that happen on these shows. And hopefully some of you guys tune in. If you do, great. If you don't, this may encourage you to check out some of these shows. But, all right, so starting things off, Ro, we had a finale of one of our favorite shows, and I just still don't know how to feel about it. Only Murders in the Building. Only Murders in the Building, Ro. What were your thoughts on the finale?
Yeah, it was a pretty good finale. I think the you and me kind of guesstimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely liked how the direction was going. You know, it's always the characters you don't expect. It's always the ones you gotta forget about. Side character this, side character that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think a lot of those type of characters, they like to do that because they blend in very well. You know, if they blend in well, they're like, oh, you know, maybe they'll forget about us and maybe we'll do some foolishness. So I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, like I said before, I felt like everybody could have killed him off.
Yeah. He did not make friends with people on that cast at all.
Yeah, I was thinking even the brother did it at one point. I was like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think we thought it was like everybody. So, all right, spoiler alert, we're talking about Only Murders. If you haven't seen the finale, you probably want to turn off from this episode and come back to it at a later time. But, yeah, so let's go into it and everything, Ro. I mean, so the killers, the first one was Donna. Shout out to all the Donnas of the world. We have a very special Donna, guardian angel, looking over us right now. But, yeah, so Donna was the one who poisoned Ben. And then...
and then it was the boy.
Her son. He's the one that actually shoved him down the elevator shaft, which I felt was very dangerous. Just for it to be up and open like that, that was very, very dangerous. And... yeah. And then it just, like I said, for me, because I'm always thinking, like, logically, like, what would logically happen in this situation? That would never happen in real life, people. Like, there would never be just an open elevator shaft for someone to trip and fall and to their damn death. That would never happen in real life, just safety hazards. Because that reason right there, somebody could die. So, the fact that it was just randomly just open like that and he shoved him down there. And, yeah, I don't think that he planned it. I don't think that was necessarily like malicious. It just was in the moment. He was defending his mom. You know, he was defending his mom, and I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, I was just surprised that they don't able to figure it all out. Because he was like, who brought those cookies? He's like, oh, Mom brought the cookies. I just, delivered them. And he's like, wait, your mom, she's the one that told me to go my dressing room and take good care of Ben and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just big cliff out of it, honestly. It's kind of a day too boy,
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, we were blaming a little bit of everyone because I felt like everybody had it was like a Caesar type of situation, like Caesar and Brutus, and like everybody got a chop at Caesar. But I honestly kind of felt like Jesse Williams was involved. I'm like, he can't be trusted, man. The light bright, he's just stealing somebody's soul. I know he's got something to do with it. And it looks like he didn't.
Yeah, he was just a red herring.
Yeah. He was absolutely the red herring of this season. And then, how do we feel about Mabel not going to Los Angeles with him, Earl?
They should have done.
I mean, I think she should have went. It's like, she's already struggling to find some place to live, and,
doing anything with herself. Right.
Yeah, she should have just went. She should have just went then. I mean, I'm not saying like go there and marry him or go live with him permanently. Go enjoy yourself. Have a fun month over there or something. And you go back to New York.
Yeah, Yeah, but she's hanging out with these old guys. They make her old too, you know. The old soul going on there, you know. Brandon Mabel, I'm wrong.
Doggone Mabel.
Yeah.
Doggone Mabel.
Next season we get something really big, you know.
I don't know. You think Meryl Streep will come back?
Probably not. She doesn't really stick around too much this type of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the need for her to stay around. I think it was nice for her to kind of cameo and be in the season, but I'm okay if she doesn't come back. Matter of fact, I'd probably prefer if she didn't, honestly. And this show is notorious for some of the best cliffhangers ever. So, do you want to break out the last scene, Ro, or do you want me to start it?
Yeah, you can start.
All right. So, in the last scene, everybody's celebrating, everything. They figured out who, killed Ben ultimately. They went to jail and all that stuff. And everybody's back and, celebrating at the apartments. And Charles says, oh, well, I've got this special champagne, and it's blah, blah, blah. And he's got all these statistics about it and why it's so special. He's like, I'm going to go up to my apartment and get it. So we're assuming that Charles went up to his apartment to go get that bottle and come back and party with everybody. So the next thing we see is a figure walking in Charles' apartment looking in the dark, which I'm like, in that type of situation, I'd turn on the lights. This person was in the dark the whole time. They're in the dark, they're walking around the kitchen doing some twisting and turning, and then all of a sudden you see them just you hear a sound and you hear them just drop to the ground, and you're like, oh snap, sniper, someone had a silencer, somebody shot this person in the chest. I'm assuming in the chest because they were kind of gasping for air, and it just, the way that it was, you couldn't make out too much because it was in the dark. So they switch back to the party, and we're seeing Oliver and Mabel talking about, well, where is Charles? He's supposed to be back by now, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, he went up there or whatever, and he should be back soon. Next thing you know, Charles walks in the room, and he's like, yeah, I sent up his double. I forgot her name. He sent up the double to get the champagne for them or whatever. And she's the one that's hit.
Sal.
Who?
Her name was Sal.
Oh, okay. I totally don't remember that, but okay. Yeah, like I said, Ro, you got that one on. So, how do you feel about that last scene?
Well, number one, Sal should have just showed up there and it's, you know what I'm saying? This is just for the cast members and all that. Even though you didn't save your friend, you still got yourself killed, And that just shows that you shouldn't crash parties.
Yeah, that's a good point. People shouldn't crash parties. That's a good point of it. So, yeah, so that was the cliffhanger that they left us. And I thought it was a very good one, actually.
Yeah,
I thought they did a good job on that.
I wanted to kill off Charles. I think it was his ex-choice, I think her name. But I don't know who else would want to kill him off. I
don't know. I feel like they're going to build it off of something else. I feel like it's too easy to be Joyce, I don't know. I just feel like it's too easy. So maybe it's somebody else from his, acting past that he offended, or I don't know. But I think it's too easy to be Joyce. And the other chick, she's still in jail, I think. So I don't think it's going to be her.
Yeah. I don't think it's her.
No. I think it's someone that, literally want to see him dead. I'm like, who would want to see him dead outside of somebody who's a rival? Because those two there, they actually loved him. So I don't think that they would want him dead. But I also don't know. I also don't know. So that's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. So we have been watching. Okay, first off, we want to say, Hulu, I don't know what the issue is on Thursdays. All right, Wednesday night, American Horror Story Delicate comes on, and Hulu streams it on Thursday. Come Thursday, the last 2 Thursdays, which is like the last 2 weeks of show, we've been having issues with Hulu. I don't know what's going on, Hulu. Is that many people streaming at the same time to where we're just getting still frames and not actually watching the show? That's been annoying because I've had to wait till Friday, the last 2 weeks, to watch Delicate. And it wouldn't be as annoying if the show was crappy, but it's actually really good this season. And they've done a way better job than they did last season. So this season, despite random people in the show, it's been a really engaging, entertaining season. I've really been enjoying these episodes. I feel as though Emma Roberts is really coming into her own. Like, she is definitely showing diversity. And what's your take, Ro?
No, I definitely agree with you. The show's going back to its roots. Just one central point, just one central plot. Not, oh, hey, let's flip this into 2, and it's the first episode, it's one thing, and the next time it's like, nah, it's just one big thing, and I like it. It feels very. I personally don't trust the husband. It seems like he's always around her. And everything happens on his, and he's always like, "What? I didn't see anything happen." It's like, come on, bro, you were just there. How did you not see that?
I absolutely positively don't trust the husband. I do believe indeed he is a part of whatever plot there is to, I don't know, birth the Antichrist or whatever. He's a part of that stuff. I don't care what nobody says, because in this past week's episode that we just saw, he said something about, I forgot what it was. But she turned and she was like, hey, I didn't tell you about that. You weren't even there when that was discussed. And I never told you what she said. And he flipped it and was like, oh, you remember you told me because blah, 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 and all this other stuff. I'm like, nah, man, you got to open up your eyes, Emma Roberts. Like, he is the enemy. He is a part of whatever's going on. He's a part of that. He is absolutely a part of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah.
Because, his mother is really hard on her, And the mother is all, oh, why don't you help me sue your father? Because, he used to do satanic rituals on me and stuff. And that's why I think it all ties back to, this whole story. What if he was, a demon baby himself? He doesn't even know.
Right. And after that was revealed, I felt like it started to kind of come together better for me, because I feel like maybe he studied under the father. Maybe the father taught him about these satanic rituals, and maybe that's why he's a part of it now, like in the background or whatever. Because I don't believe anything that's happening with her is by accident. I do not believe that.
Yeah, she was chosen.
Yeah, she was absolutely chosen for that. So, definitely don't trust the husband. How do you feel about the security guy?
Oh, I don't know. Has he done anything weird?
Not necessarily. I think that he is okay. I just feel like he was a random character that they just added that I didn't feel was necessary to come back with them. So now he's going to be living with them, which I thought was kind of strange. And he's installed his own security company and security type of equipment around their house. I thought that was strange. I was like, he's doing the most. I don't know if he's a part of it or not. I don't feel as though he is, but anything is possible. Yeah, so anything is possible. I definitely feel as though, yes, Kim K, I feel as though she's a part of the plan. And then this past week, we got a little bit more background on the story about demon babies and stuff, right?
Well, we the opening?
Yeah, that first scene.
No.
That was crazy.
Sure was.
That was pretty wild. So, if you guys haven't already seen this week's episode, we just spoiled it for you. So, oh well, I'm sorry. It is what it is. But yeah, and then somebody missed the final scene. And so I had to share with them. Okay, so in this episode, she sees this carcass of like a raccoon, and it's sitting like below on the ground from the balcony of her house, right? And she keeps staring at it, and I'm like, what is this bitch about to do? Crazy self. So she goes and she wraps up the raccoon as if it's a baby, and she takes it inside, and then she then puts it in like a bassinet type of thing in the basement area. And you'd almost think that she's like trying to nurse this dead carcass back to life. So you're like, okay. So they kind of keep going back to it. She's coming down every once in a while and checking on it. It looks disgusting. It looks gross. There's freaking maggots moving around down there. It's just bad. And then at some point she's looking at it, and she's like kind of smiling to herself, and then she picks it up, and I'm like, okay, did it come back alive? Did she like do like a voodoo spell or something? She picks up the carcass, y'all, and she starts to go to town on it. Like, she's eating the heck out of this dead raccoon. And I was absolutely not expecting that. I was expecting like she was gonna toss it. It became alive. It like was enchanted. I don't know if it was going to sing to her. I don't know. I was expecting anything else. I did not expect her to eat the carcass. So I definitely feel as though this is part of her possession or whatever, and her birthing the Antichrist, whatever that means. But I definitely feel like that's a part of it. That's definitely a part of it. So what are your thoughts on next week, Ro?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I do hope that something like, his ex-wife's still alive or something.
Yeah.
Because I know she kept seeing like him hanging out with her and stuff and everything. I don't know what's I don't know.
How do you feel about Russell Edgington as her doctor?
Well, that's something you should never do. That's your doctor. I mean, that's straight up like True Blood 101 right there.
So do you think that he is a good doctor? You think he's a part of it as well? Because he kind of seems...
I don't think he's a part of it, because even he was bullshitting everything that they were saying. It was like, that's impossible. Next thing you know, he's all, what is that? The heartbeat. I can't believe it. So I don't know. I don't think he's in on it.
Yeah, I would, and that's kind of weird because we're so used to him playing these sideways, back alley type of characters, that for him, like, playing like the naive, unknowing type, it's kind of strange. But right now, they want us to believe that he doesn't know anything. He's completely shocked. Definitely strange. So I don't know. I'm kind of looking at Russell Edgington sideways. Like I said, I absolutely do not trust the husband. They had that one episode where he was with the lady that looks like his former wife, the one that passed away or whatever, only with black hair. And there's a lot of weird stuff, but I'm loving it. It's definitely a good season. If you're a horror fan and you like this kind of sci-fi crazy whodunit type of stuff, American Horror Story Delicate is a good season for you to watch. Definitely good season for you to check out. Any last words, Ro?
No.
All right, sounds like the plan. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keep pushing forward no matter what. And stay tuned, and we'll try to keep going with these streaming reviews. Deuces.
Ciao.